Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. Chapter 1 and 2 does a lot of explanation. There are some people that believe some funny things. For example, look at me everybody. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 and 2. Put it up, brother. Bereshit Elohim barat et Shemayim letter aret. That's Genesis 1:1. I just read in the Hebrew. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Bereshit, in the beginning, Elohim barat. It means God created the heavens, et Shemayim, and the earth. Letter aret. Hold on. Some people believe that what happened, please listen to this funny school of thoughts. Some people believe that what happened was that God finished creating heaven and earth when they read this. But listen, Moses is the creator of Genesis. So Genesis is Moses' teaching notes that contains the promise of an exodus. Moses stood before Israel with Genesis to teach them of God's promise of redemption in Exodus, because Genesis was Moses' teaching to a people in captivity, telling them of an exodus that God promised Abraham in Genesis, that even though you're in captivity, there is hope. An exodus has been promised your ancestors, which will come to pass. So Moses will create verbages, vocabulary, to explain God's plan, God's thoughts. In Moses' creation, he now brings two words, heaven and earth. That's Moses' vocabulary. That's his verbiage, which Jesus will improve on, and Paul will develop consistency. Anywhere you hear heaven and earth in the Bible, is from Moses. Everybody borrowed it. It's Moses that introduced the concept of heaven and earth. Then the next thing he explains, because scripture explains itself, he now says, in the beginning God created heaven and earth. Then he explains further, the earth that God created in the beginning was without form and void and darkness. Now that earth we are talking about here is not this earth. In Genesis 1, 2, 3, this heaven and earth had not been created. You will see it. I will show you from the Bible. Because okay, watch. And God said, read verse 3 with me, everybody. Want to go? Verse 3, put it up, brother. Everybody, verse 3, want to go? And God said, let there be light, and there was light. The original Hebrew says, and God said, light be. Light was. God was not taking permission. Let there from who? Light be. Light was. Question, which light? This light is not sun, it's not moon, it's not stars. So which means the heaven and the earth we're talking of here is not this physical skies and earth. He's talking about a different reality from where this earth and heaven will be created. That's right. Because after this, when we go down, now you will see where God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. Which means this light is not the sun, the moon, and the stars. So the question will be, which light is this light? John explains it. John chapter 1 verse 1. Are you ready for this? John chapter 1 verse 1. Let's all read together. John chapter 1 verse 1. Everybody want to go? In the beginning, hold on, where is beginning? Genesis. All right, let's go. Want to go? In the beginning was and next verse, the same was where? In Genesis. With who? With God. Next verse. all things made by him who? God introduced Christ. Next verse, verse 4. Verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Next verse. And God called the light day. This is different from let there be light. God called the light day, and darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were what? The first day. This is where creation started. And in creation, God now first of all introduced sun. Okay? Light. Split from darkness. Darkness night, light day. First day. Verse 1, 2, and 3 is not part of first day. Verse 1, 2, and 3 existed before first day. Are we teaching? Stay with me, I'm almost through for tonight. Now, so, look at verse 5 and 6 quickly because of time. Verse 5 and 6. And God called the light day, and then darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Next verse. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Please pay attention, I beg of you. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So God did not create rain. Hold on. What God did was he created the firmaments, which is what we call the stellar heavens, outer space. When he created the outer space, he put water above the firmament. Then he put water under the firmament in the ground. So water on top, water under, man between, up and down. So water on top will condition the atmosphere and make the planet conducive for man. Then water under will water the ground so that plant can grow. There was no need for rain. Water above, water under. Watch, next verse. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. So after he brought light, darkness light, the next thing he did was to create the heavens, the firmaments, and put water. Next verse. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together onto one place. So all the water bodies were to be in one place. And let the dry land appear. So now the earth will appear from the water. So water one, God is an organized God. Water one side, ground one side. Water on earth, water above the firmaments. So now God is setting the planet in place, which means Genesis 1, 2, and 3 is not part of this planet walk, because now things are falling in their place. Watch the next verse. And God called the dry land earth. And so what about the heaven and earth that Moses spoke about? It is now we are seeing earth, but there's a heaven and earth that Moses is talking about, which is the amalgamation of immortality with mortality. Hold on, we will get there. If you're with me, say I hear you. Are you enjoying the Bible study? Next verse. And God called the dry land, go back, and God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. Next verse. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb. Now the earth, God is talking to the earth. Okay, man is not supposed to plant. Things are supposed to grow of their own accord. All man is to do is to eat and then till the garden to make sure that useless grasses do not interfere with the proper fruits. Look at it. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. Next verse. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Next verse. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Are you seeing things now opening up day after day without verse 1, 2, and 3?
Yes, sir.
It's important. It's important. It's important. So somebody says, so why does rain fall? That's a long one, and I'm not sure in this conference we will arrive there, but I can give you a teaser. Should I tease you a bit? God, okay, if you read all through, it will be everything God did was good, was good, was good, was good. Give me Genesis chapter 1 verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. Man was supposed to eat herbs, not food and meat. What man was to eat were herbs. Look at it. I have, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the earth, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. Adam and Eve lived on fruits and leaves and vegetables. That was the plan. But something happened. Two things in the beginning, and then things that happen as a result of the hardness of men's hearts. I'm teaching good? 31. Let's read together, everybody. 31. 1 to go. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, and the evening and the morning were when? It was what? 6 days. So 6 days of creation, and everything in 6 days was what? Very good. Question: have you ever seen Satan in Genesis 1? He never existed. That means Satan is not what God created. So God never created Satan, because all of God's creation is in Genesis 1 and 2, and there's no Satan in it.